What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video we are Des Moines International Airport for the 30th airport update for the month of June 2023. Recording this on Memorial Day today, as I did visit family over the weekend, so I did not record this during my usual time. And also, weather has been problematic over in Charlotte for NASCAR, so I was actually just watching the Xfinity Series race before I started recording this video, but then the mist started to pick up, and now they're under a red flag. So I'm just taking time now to record this video, and we'll see how that race unfolds. But nevertheless, enough about NASCAR. Let's focus on the Des Moines Airport today. As we start off here at Gate Alpha 1 with this Allegiant Airbus A319. This aircraft will ride in on a service from Destin, Fort Walton Beach as Flight 1993. This will ride in at 11:59 a.m. ahead of a scheduled 12:14 p.m. arrival. At Gate Alpha 3, we have the Southwest 737-700 in the Heart livery. This aircraft will ride in on a service from St. Louis as Flight 2351. This will ride in at 7:54 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 8:05 p.m. arrival. One quick thing that I do want to talk about that just relates to Southwest, nothing related to their services here in Des Moines, but I figured this is significant enough for me to mention. We only have a small handful of Canyon Blue aircraft left in Southwest fleet. We were up to 4 737-800s that were left in that livery, but now we're down to 3 as Nevada 1 was repainted onto a 737-800. November 8646 Bravo is the aircraft. So if you're looking to spot that, there's that registration if you're looking to spot that particular aircraft, since it is now in a state livery. Since the 700 that it was on previously, November 727 Sierra Whiskey, has since been retired and is now being scrapped. So I saw some pictures of it. It was really sad. But at least Nevada 1 will continue to live on an 800 for the foreseeable future. So that's nice to see. And I think for the 700s, I saw like one Canyon Blue 700 on Flight Radar within like the last several weeks. So the 700s have pretty much been completely repainted. There's probably still a few that are left out there. I would have to ask around and maybe do a little digging myself to figure out exactly which 700s are still left in the Canyon Blue livery. So there may only be maybe, let's say, less than 5 or 10 that are left with the Canyon Blue livery. So if you're looking to spot Canyon Blue that's not on a 737 MAX 8, this might be a good opportunity to try and catch those, because this may be the last we see of Canyon Blue, unfortunately, outside of that retro livery on the MAX. Well, one livery that isn't going away anytime soon is Evo Blue with United Airlines. So, positioned at Gate Alpha 5B, we have the 737-700 coming in on a service from Houston George Bush Intercontinental as Flight 715. This will ride in at 10:15 p.m., a bit behind a 10:03 p.m. scheduled arrival, so 12-minute delay for this particular flight. I think United right now is about half and half on repainting their aircraft from the Continental merger livery to the current Evo Blue livery. So there's still a good chunk of United aircraft with the old livery on there. They still come in pretty frequently to Sioux Falls even, and there's also been quite a few that have come into Des Moines as well. And some general news about this service as well by June. So since I'm recording this on May 29th, which is Memorial Day, the flights in this airport update are from the 27th, so that was a Saturday. But by June, United will switch to the A319 for this service. We do have an A319 in this update. We'll get to that in just a couple of minutes. So just only have a couple minor notes with some United services as well, so I'll talk about that next one here when we get to it. So let's check those out. Got a pair of United aircraft on this chunk of gates, and this group of gates back over here. So let's take a look at A2 over here with this United Airbus A319. This aircraft will ride in on a service from Chicago O'Hare as Flight 2216. This aircraft will ride in at 2:26 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 2:27 p.m. arrival. Now, if you're wondering about the 737-700, where that's going to go, well, Chicago will now be the home for this route by June. So basically, they're just going to flip-flop the services. So just kind of pretend that these two aircraft, so this one here and that one there, they just kind of flip places, if you will. But I'm sure all the different mainline services, they always kind of go from gate to gate, whatever United has. So you got like A2, A4, A5, because that's where they usually occupy here in Des Moines for their operations. So just something that I do want to note there. And then we'll check out the CRJ-200 right here at A4B in the Evo Blue livery. This aircraft came in from Chicago O'Hare as Flight 5412. This is operated by SkyWest, one of only 2 regional flights in this airport update. This aircraft will ride in at 10:16 a.m. ahead of a scheduled 10:37 a.m. arrival. And that is everything we have here at Concourse A. Let's check out Concourse C, and got quite a bit of mainline over here as well, mainly related to American. Before we get into the American mainline aircraft, we've got a pair of Delta aircraft to take a look at. So
Let's check out the Delta Connection CRJ 900 position here at Gate Charlie 2. This got to ride in from Minneapolis is flight 4693. This ride in at 7:12 p.m. had a scheduled 7:29 p.m. arrival, and this flight is operated by Endeavor Air. No changes for this particular routing, still going to be on the CRJ 900. Kind of interesting that they don't have Mainline on this route, I wonder why, but I know Atlanta is on Mainline. Speaking of which, it is right here on the 717 again. It was on the A319 and also the A320, I believe, in some past updates. So we are back to the 717, which is a bit of a tradition, I guess, since a lot of the 717s, they're all ex-AirTran, so kind of based out of Atlanta when they were with AirTran. But good to see that Delta is still flying the Mad Puppy. So this aircraft arrived in from Atlanta, of course, is flight 2306. This is the late night flight, so I chose a bit of a different flight just for some variety. This arrived in at 11:07 p.m., had a scheduled 11:35 p.m. arrival. A bit of a different perspective for this American mainline flight, one of 3 in this update. We have this American Airbus A320 with the CFM engines here at Gate Charlie 6. This aircraft arrived in from Phoenix Sky Harbor is flight 1972, so we do have a bit of a swap from the 737 to the A320. This aircraft arrived in at 5:13 p.m., had a scheduled 5:21 p.m. arrival. At Gate Charlie 7, we have this American Airbus A319. This aircraft arrived in from Charlotte as flight 2962. This arrived in at 12:25 p.m., had a scheduled 1:06 p.m. arrival. Now, American on this particular routing, they are sending a mix of 319s and also some 320s, so I chose the 319 here since, obviously, I'm already using one of the 320s over there. Now, I do have the IAE one, but I didn't see one on the schedule, so I just had to go with the 319. I'm hopeful that Gemini will do the IAE variant, though. That is one that has been heavily requested, so hopefully that's done pretty soon, because I'd love to have that just for that extra variety, and so that I can have all the different engine variations of the A320 and A319 in my collection. Still will need to get some A321 IAE aircraft, so both with fence tips and with sharklets. And our last aircraft for this airport update right here at Gate Charlie 1, we have this American 737-800. This aircraft arrived in on a service from Chicago O'Hare, flight 2639. This arrived in at 2:34 p.m., had a scheduled 2:58 p.m. arrival. Now it looks like for June that we will unfortunately not have American Mainline on the Chicago O'Hare service. United is going to go to a 739 as well, along with the 737-700 that I mentioned. But the other good news is that it looks like Air Wisconsin CRJs will be on this route. So, as you know, with Air Wisconsin, they got the CRJs back to American Eagle from United Express. So that'll be really nice to see, and I can utilize that aircraft again. And also that retro aircraft as well, which has, there's about 2 or 3 now that have that retro livery. And I know Gemini Jets has that as a future release, so my plan is to get that whenever that is announced. So that way, if the retro livery ever comes in, I can use that aircraft instead. And that'll do it for this update. 30 updates for the Des Moines International Airport, and also this month we will have 40 airport updates for the Sioux Falls Regional Airport. In the long term, that is kind of my goal, is to redo that airport and also redo Des Moines as well, since they are going to get a whole new terminal facility as well. I haven't seen really much news on that as of right now, but I'm sure that within the next few years, that will be under construction and possibly even complete. So can't wait to see how that turns out and have a whole new diorama for Des Moines to work with. So, with that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.